Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be talking about something really nice, which is basically is how I stay positive amongst negativity. You know, since the beginning of time there has been negativity. Since the beginning of time there has been negativity, and I think that sometimes we need to find ways to release that negativity in a healthy way, and also like realizing that it's very hard not to give in to that negativity that people want to throw your way, because people are trifling. Energy toxicity, but we're gonna talk about toxicity in a different video. Okay, finally my notes are up. So basically we're gonna be talking about negativity, negative people. The way is to detach yourself, because you have to learn detachment. Remember that the way people act has nothing to do with you. I've learned this whole year, I've been stating this, especially the second part. Of course, the detachment, I'm still kind of getting used to that, because it was hard for me to detach myself, realizing, you know, people's behaviors have nothing to do with me. What people do most times has absolutely nothing to do with you. It's an internal struggle they have. They are dealing with something in their everyday life, and they're projecting it onto you. As much as personal as it may come across, or as wrong as it may come across, it has nothing to do with you. It has to do with them. It's like 100% them. And I learned that all you can do is pray for those people and be nice to them, because sometimes they're projecting stuff because they're going through their own stuff. So all we can do as humans is just be nice to them, and just, you know, understand they're not mad at you. They're mad at themselves. They're mad at the situation. They're mad at their lost purses and the other stuff that was stolen from their attic. Okay, not the point. But also to learn detachment, because I feel like a lot of us are just like, we're so attached to things. We need to have a space between not only us and that person, but between a situation. Usually when they talk about detachment, they talk about people. Detach yourself. Because when you learn to not be attached to something and to instantly detach, you are unstoppable. Detach yourself from a person, situation, or thing. Detach. Literally not caring. Like, there are certain people that I've dealt with in my past. When I tell you, if I even think about them, if I even like see them, it's detached. I don't feel anything. I don't feel anything because I don't care. I don't care. I do not care. That's simple as that. Don't blame, don't assume, and don't attack a negative person. You know, someone who's pessimistic and negative, I feel like they can be this similar. A negative person can be pessimistic, but I think I'm saying the word right. But it can be a little bit different too. When you're dealing with the negative person, they're not hearing what you're saying. They just care about what they're saying and how they feel. Because again, a negative person is projecting themselves and their idea of a lot of stuff onto you. And they're trying to make you feel bad most of the time. And usually they're very judgmental, a negative person. And they just don't care. They just projecting whatever past situations onto you. Simple as that. The top thing in this video that I'm going to tell you guys, the very top thing, is to respond calmly to a negative person. And a negative person sometimes comes off as nasty, okay? They could be have a nasty attitude, a nasty facial expressions, nasty tone. Either way, you respond calmly, because when you give someone something to react to, it never ends well. Fire with fire doesn't end well. Don't do it. You really catch more flies with honey than you do vinegar. And sometimes when a negative person keeps coming at you, coming closer, they want a reaction out of you. And they're gonna just go in a circle by themselves. Not with you. They can go by themselves, but not with me, because I'm not going in circles. I have things to do. I refuse to go in circles with somebody whose mindset is so tiny, it's so slim. I'm not doing it. They're gonna go in circles by themselves. I'm gonna sit here and be nice and, you know, respond to them with a calm manner, and I'm not gonna really pay attention to everything a negative person says, really. With men and women, is to be firm with your boundaries. To be firm with your boundaries, because sometimes with a negative person, it can even be a family member, a toxic family member. It could be with friends, family, but sometimes it could be with like a lot of family members that we're dealing with on a daily, because, you know, it's easy to deal with like negative peers. Like, bro, I don't gotta see you at home. For those who are in school or in college, high school or college, Be firm about your boundaries. This also has to do with self-respect, because you know you want to respect yourself. Have that boundary. Don't allow them to cross it. You know, be firm with it. You don't have to be rude to them, but just tell them what's okay, what's not okay. Deal with the negative person. It's not necessarily like trying to be pushing them away, be like, oh, they're such a bad person. No, it's just like sometimes you have to interact with this negative person a lot. It could be a family member, it could be your mom, it could be your dad, it could be your sister, it could be your aunt, it could be your friend, it could be your grandma. It doesn't matter. But you know, sometimes those negative thoughts can make you feel so small and so tiny, and you can start believing them too. And that negative person is literally like a toxic being, like a toxic freaking poison that makes you so tired and drained. Find the positive. They're gonna say something negative, you find the positive. There's no, sometimes of course with certain things you have to weigh up the pros and cons, but with a negative person you just have to, like, you know, what they're saying, find the positive. Don't even look at the negative, because it's not gonna get you anywhere. And also identify what gives you that positive energy, what makes you vibrate, what makes you radiant. You know, find that and stick to it. And a lot of this, how to deal with the negative person, also honestly has to do with your outlook on life. Not necessarily them, because everyone deals with certain things, and some people are literally just like that. Also guys, if you're an empath, it's very easy for you to absorb that negative energy. I know I'm an empath like times 1,000. Like, I'm such an emotional, I feel things deeper than an average person. I call myself a HSP, a hypersensitive person, which is actually like a real diagnosis. Like, very sensitive. You feel more, you smell more, you just see, and everything is so much more sensitive to you. Can also be like a pro and a con, but that's a whole different video too, y'all. But basically, it's hard for empaths. You know, even if you're not an empath, it's so hard because you're all like, everyone's opinions and thoughts. It's like, you know what you need to do. You know your boundaries, you know your standards, or whatever moral standards that you have. You know that you need to, you know, protect those things, and you know how to do it. And when someone, you know, tries to be negative about you, or what you do, or the lifestyle that you decide to live that is the right standards, you know, and it's not healthy, because someone always got something to say. That's how it is. You know, someone always has something to say, and it's not really like no one asked you. Yeah. And that's basically how it is. And it's very hard, because sometimes you have to mentally check out when a negative person is talking to you, or just always saying something nasty. You just have to check out. Think about something. Turn up your music. Sometimes negative people, it's not just like subtly negative, they're real life negative. Like, real life, why are you so negative right now? And it gets on my nerves sometimes, because, you know, I don't need that. Like, I try to be as positive as I can. As much negativity that there is in this world and toxicity, you know, I don't need that. I don't need to be around it. That's why, again, with my video that I posted about how to be confident, like, you need I hope you guys enjoyed my video. It's just a little like reminders of how to deal with a negative person, and you know, just some of my thoughts. So I hope, you know, some of you guys got a really good look on it, and I hope you guys enjoy. So hope you guys be back.